So I was at the the library downtown, and I was trying to kind of kill some time. I had an appointment, and I found this really cool book on the ruins of ancient Rome. So it's they're drawings by French architects who went to Rome, and let's see it's 18th century to the 20th century, and then they sort of went to ruins and then did like reconstructive drawings of what the ruins look like, or what they would have looked like during the height of Rome, like when they were built. And I got super inspired. I wanted to kind of recreate some of this stuff in like using foam. But there was two. So this, I love this drawings of these ruins, but I also there's some architecture, like this is really cool. This Temple of Mars. I love this this kind of stonework and these archways. So I think I'm gonna try and recreate something like this. Make my own little set of walls like this for my tabletop games. So to start with, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna use Illustrator to kind of like trace the drawing itself. Alright, good enough. So what I'm going to do now is scale it. Let's see. I am not the best at Illustrator, and personally I think Illustrator, it's a valuable tool, but it's a pain in the ass. Let's see, we need rulers. Command, Control R. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that was a struggle. So, okay, if this guy is, oops. about 4 inches wide. I want it to be like perfectly 4 inches wide. Alright, that was a struggle. My dog is biting my feet. He's simpatico. He's it's okay, buddy. We did it. We're done. Alright, and print. Okay, so I've got a 4x4 inch piece of 1 inch thick insulation foam, and I'm going to take a pen and trace the design on top. Actually, let me cut this guy out first. So I can see what I'm doing. Alright, there we go. Perfect. So now I'm going to go over that with a ballpoint pen. Okay, good enough. So now I'm gonna score everything with my X-Acto. So I've got, I went through and cut out all the stones and stuff. I actually did a little bit of brickwork on the sides that should be hidden, but you know, better safe than sorry. Like, it'll only take a little while to do that, so might as well. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a wire brush to kind of texture the bricks more so than the like I want to have some texture on these guys too, but I want to push these back a little bit more. So like maybe even kind of chip away at them a little bit to kind of set them back. And I do want this to eventually have a sort of ruined look. So yeah, I'm just gonna texture these guys. So after doing this for a little while, of course, like the most valuable tool is going to be the X-Acto. It's like that's like the one thing that you can't do without. The wire brush definitely comes in handy for like texture and stuff. But I do have I have some sculpting tools. Like this is for like joining. When you have like two pieces of clay, you kind of scrape it and then it roughs up that spot so you can sort of paste them together on that spot. But it's nice to get like in between the little cracks here to kind of create a little bit of redefine some of the brickwork. And then this guy also kind of comes in handy. This is another sculpting tool. Like you could buy like a pack of sculpting. I think, it's probably like $7 or something for a big old bag of sculpting tools. But this is kind of nice. So it just sort of like peels away. This is what you use it for with sculpting as well. Like it's just to kind of remove material. Or you could just, pick at it with your finger. It's another good way to texture. And then, I'm gonna keep going with this, and then I'll show you another way to get some cool textures. Yeah. Okay, so got this guy nice and textured up. Just go in there, get in there with the wire brush, add some striations, like going, along with the rocks, because that's gonna help with this next part. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my heat gun. I'm gonna hit the top of it very lightly. I'm gonna let the heat gun do some of the work texturing. Just gonna go over the tops of this guy, and this is also gonna kind of seal it a little bit. So I'll show you. So I went ahead and I scored everything. Went in between all these little lines and scored it with the X-Acto, and then it'll just kind of peel back as I heat it up a little bit. And I did the sides too, but I want these to stay flat, so I might texture the top a little bit because that'll be visible, but not too much. I don't want to totally melt it because I want it to still stand up and support something be flat enough to support something if I put it on top. So I'm just gonna really lightly go over it, on top with the heat gun, just to create a little bit of extra texture, just like that. But this is also going to seal all those little pores in the styrofoam and make it so that I might try and cast this stuff. I'm kind of curious to see what would happen if you cast. I mean, it's possible that the silicone would really grab onto the all of the little tiny pockets, but it's also, I'm curious to see what would happen if you tried to cast a piece of this and then do a plaster or something. Okay, so I did go in and kind of redefine some of the little bricks in certain areas, but for the most part it didn't need it. Just places where it got a little extra melted. But yeah, you can see how that does give you really cool ruined stone texture. So now I'm going to go over it with some of my favorite stuff, this pumice gel, and it's just a really fine kind of pumice, just a really fine stone that's ground up and then put in acrylic medium, and it's gonna add a little bit of extra texture, but it's also gonna seal it like a Mod Podge or acrylic medium like that would seal it, or PVA glue. And it's also gonna kind of fill in some of those cracks and give it a tile grout kind of look. So I've been pumping these guys full of this stuff, just kind of watering it down a little bit, or using loading up the brush with water, and then going dabbing in there, and then I'll show you. So the reason why I want to I'm trying to seal these guys extra good, just kind of pumping this stuff in there, and then sort of making sure that every little kind of styrofoam pore that I can see is sealed, because I've spent a couple hours, a few hours maybe, doing this. Kind of lost track of time a little bit. This is the one that's kind of a little more destroyed. This one has a couple of coats of this medium stuff, the stone medium, but you can see how it does add some cool texture. And that's a couple of coats. This one I just finished, and then it's got one coat of this stuff on it, and I'm just trying to kind of let it soak up as much matte medium and as it wants to try and seal it, because I want to try and cast these. I want to see if I can get some casts out of them, because I feel like if I could do these in plaster, I could do some really cool stuff with the plaster. I feel like it would just be it would soak up paint and it would look like stone and just be super cool. So anyways, that's it. That's how they look. Finished product, or 95% of the way there. And this one I kind of destroyed it a little bit less. I feel like I went a little bit overboard with this one. It looks more like ruins. And then I was thinking, well, what if I wanted to use it in a city, or something, and I wanted it to look only a couple hundred years old, not 1,000 years old or something. So, but I feel like they can work together, it's just one side just got a little more weathered than the other. Anyways, yeah, I hope you feel inspired. Thanks for watching.